this update of it with. So speaking of Jay Marshall breaks down of all truth, so I was a visit of WWE returns has won Curtis with said the following. So after it's been a roller coaster of a few weeks, after for one all truth Curtis after he has wrestled of John Cena at Saturday Night Main Event. He was being told he is not getting his contract renewed. Somebody was left, so the company returned to the company. After Amy cut all of his hair off, Register proclaiming himself has one cuttings that he was the arch-wolf. Cantor is no more. After it's now that Ron Cummings is coming back in WWE. After it been working the full time with a new character, speaking of the muscle of the wrestling, the show newsletter. So after we just break down how everything came to be. After we just to start the muscle kind of feel what many people have already has performed. After which is that Ron Cummings is not going to offer a new contract or leaving WWE. Also was very well deposit some claiming that after it was all the work, he explained that Ron Cummings was going to asking and with all the permission has recorded has sent forth a while. I wasn't over waiting in the wings to make him awful, but the new deal was ended up coming together. After in the days leading up to Money in the Bank on June 7th with John Cena Paul on the WWE SmackDown the night before. Ended with Money in the Bank is something that he luckily knew about the year before anyone else did. I just said we want to moment it played a part in one Cummings break with sign with Muscle saying that also while the date will able to make a story without it of it, it make the scene look good. Like listing just the fans of WWE don't like the fans when just hasn't sacking the collective expressions. Either of the comic or the souls with sense of we want truth. Or was it literally WWE that the earliest way the sub imaging was such hired one comes back in a small budget to help the Blue Marine and Drake Maverick and Daniel Bryan were hired by WWE. Also after Tony being let go while it was Vince McMahon was in charge of the company. After with Ron Cummings is hard anyone is talking at WWE Money in the Bank. Also has Ron Cummings making his return at Money in the Bank. That was a part to place effect who called after who Cody was the man who made the final decision on letting Ron Cummings one down. His contract in the fourth place, so the character forced it to the end. After also the show was kept very close to the fast, with it only in select if we bring told on a need to know basis. Also, however, one thing that Mosul was told by sources told Argument with WWE was that there was a lot of talk about Ron Cummings, who was a main card that had a really evolving basis. Also commenting on his comic, Nissel and how long been into the company has was a bigger talking point is coming out of Money in the Bank. Since then, Agent will say goodbye to Tony on Sosacola and will say goodbye to be was the main event star. Agent and Cody was petting on John Cena and was looks to have set up in one of the possible main events for SummerSlam and did most of the claim. Agent that these two talking points wanted to by the surprise return of one Cody's, but they didn't have the impact that WWE were likely hoping for. Agent what it comes to Ron Cody's going by his real name and playing a more serious character, that was one of the things he advocated for when his new deal was being worked out. I think this is something most says has a small move a long time as he came to be on WTV losing his real name. I think we didn't move on the Indies and communism when his WWE run is old. I didn't have its real name. It's carrying some weight to it in the eyes of the public or causing fame. With that said, I think we must just state that there is real and that the fans wanted Ron Cody's back in WWE. It was because they to connect with the elusive comic character he had played for years, only for him to return as someone completely different. After he had a serious character before the story of his departure, and also found it hard to believe. I knew that he would have been brought back at all. So let me pop the screen in a quick minute. So Agent with Ron Curtis had to explain this. So Agent with Dave Mercer said we need to bring Ron Curtis back, and told Agent with Pete Dunne himself of speaking up with the votes or did to bring him back with this new deal. So when I do heard the announcement on Ron Curtis has to be back in this info. So I wonder what's going on with this deal. He was back in time, about 72 hours. So when I do heard the announcement on Ron Curtis, so we like the video, I want to like and subscribe, and by this time, peace.